Ever? Don't they like?
What's up?
Hi.
Just talking about eating rabbits here. That's where
I guess
we're getting started off.
We're talking about bulking and working out, and I thought that you can get something called protein poisoning. I thought that's something when like people eat rabbits, there's no like fat on rabbits.
I've been pumping iron over here.
Zach's looking big, guys.
I don't know. Rabbits have such little meat. I don't know.
I remember seeing that, like hunters and stuff, like eating just rabbits. They can
Maybe,
get like.
Are they eating like a ton of rabbits? Maybe. I mean, if
know.
you eat a lot, I imagine if you're eating rabbits, you're probably somewhat desperate. Like you're not getting that. I mean, you have nothing like larger to eat.
Yeah, I guess.
It's probably not eating that many of them. I don't know. If you're a hunter that's going out there and like slaying 20 rabbits in a day, it's kind of messed up.
It's high quality.
I don't know. You ever had rabbit before?
No. Have you?
In Japan, actually.
Man, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure at some point in my life I'll eat bunny.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, when the world ends, you're gonna have to. You gotta be prepped. You ready? Ready for that?
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
How's it going? Good morning. Everyone had a good weekend. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. What did we do? We just kind of hung out. Just kind of kids played and everything. We have like our neighbor kids. There's a couple of kids, and they're all friends.
Yeah,
so all the kids played it. Yeah.
It's nice. I remember when I was a kid playing with all the neighbor kids.
You know, there are not many kids in your guys' neighborhood.
Well, not the neighborhood I have now. Right. There is two.
I mean, like for your kids to play with.
Yeah, they're so far away. I don't know.
You can say like they're up the street, but like up the street is like a kilometer
yeah,
away.
Yeah, up the street's pretty far. Yeah. I just mowed, and I found out that Luke nonstop wants to see me when I'm mowing. Apparently he like crawls from window to window and pulls up to see where I'm at.
Good.
So my wife had to like take him outside and
to watch you mow.
Pretty much, because he was like falling over trying to see. Yeah. It's interesting.
I need to mow. Might do that today. Oh, we got a car. I guess that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's exciting.
We got a second car.
That's
we needed one for my wife, but it's not exactly. We haven't decided like who's. It's just kind of like,
oh man,
we're just gonna take them.
You'll probably just take the. Well, I don't know. She'll have the kids, right?
Well, not exactly. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
You'll probably switch around then.
I don't know.
Yes.
We'll see. Anyway, she's starting a new job, and the kids are going to be starting back at school next week. So yeah, we'll kind of sort it out.
She start next week?
This Thursday, actually. Wow. Early.
I'm excited for her. Yeah. Miss having her here though.
She was working here for a while.
Yeah, she's very good at doing counts and stuff.
She's diligent.
Extremely. Yeah. Which is great. That's what you need when you have someone counting inventory. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we had that. Sorry we didn't have our stream normally on Friday. Right. That was my fault. So yeah.
It's hard to find good help these days, guys.
I know, right? So hopefully those of you guys who typically watch on Friday are here with us today. But if not, if you're catching the playback, yeah. What's new? We just had a truck just pull up this morning with a bunch of stuff.
Bandai stuff, which the list is already up on the website. So you just go, if you go to the main page, go all the way down. It's the latest blog post, shows you everything that came in. Real Great God Gundams are back in stock. A bunch of Witch Mercury kits back in stock.
No Calibarn yet. People are going to be asking, I'm sure.
But those are at the port. I don't know if the container was unloaded from the ship or not. So we should have them in like
2 weeks,
I would assume. We'll send out an email because a lot of people pre-ordered that. So as soon as I get notification they've shipped to us, we'll send out an email saying, hey, it should arrive within 10 days. If you need to change your address, let us know. Just to make sure that you guys' orders are all ready to go when it gets here. So when it gets here, we're turning and burning.
Hopefully. Yeah. There's that, and then also the Gundam Schwarz that didn't come on.
That is on
today.
No, that is on the same container. Yep. As the Calibarns.
Yeah. We got a couple of questions here. How do you join the giveaway? Phoenix, you had to comment on one of the posts ahead of the stream.
Yeah, once it's on the stream, you're too late. Sorry.
Yeah, I loaded up here for us to look at here, and then I don't refresh it. Before doing the giveaway. But any news from
Ragatoy Tachi? Yes, we should have our last batch. It's hard to track these. So they left China because they come from China. and we're not given a container number. If we're given a container number, we can track it the whole way.
Mm.
But it left 2 months ago, which should mean any day. That's usually about the time it takes from China to here. So I mean, as soon as we get it in, man, we'll ship it right out. Because I'm waiting on mine too. So
yeah, what is it?
It's a Tachi. You know who Tachi is? From Naruto. It's like the best character in Naruto. Okay. But it's a very well articulated figure.
Oh, articulated figure, not just like a statue.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
interesting.
Yeah, it's very expensive, so I know why they're
wondering.
They're wondering. Yeah, so I don't blame them. But yeah, I'm waiting on mine too. They hopefully should be here any day. I'm excited to get them. So
cool. Well, we also have our so speaking of the giveaway, here's our giveaway for today.
Boom. Which we just got. Impulse. Yeah, we just got those. So I'm sure if you guys ordered from P Bandai and ordered this when it came out,
you probably
should be. You probably should be getting it now soon too. Yeah.
Is there anything coming out on P Bandai that you're looking forward to? Last week I was talking on the stream. There's a couple things.
Yeah, I didn't look at the dragon. Astray Red Frame Dragon is getting a reprint. P Bandai.
Oh, okay.
So I think I gave my other one away. So
you want
one
for you?
One for me, yeah. I'm pretty sure we did do a giveaway with it. So, and I didn't know it was mine. So.
Until you're looking around for yours later, like, is that like when they were working on the shelf down there with your stuff on it, and you realize it's gone?
Yeah,
right.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's one I'm sure will probably get reprinted
a few times.
Yeah.
It's like all the wing kits always get.
Yeah, from time to time, that one will probably show up. There's some cool stuff on there, though. That's coming out. So, what else is new? Let's see. We don't have news on the new contest for you guys today, but by the next live stream or sometime in the near future, we need to sort that out. It's kind of decided what it is, what the theme is. We just need to sort out the details. So we'll update you on that. And I think that's kind of about it. We can get to some questions for today. Yeah. Okay. Chris,
this guy,
Pebelate said, "What has been your biggest surprise from third parties this year?"
Actually, this year we've had a ton of third party.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, probably just the quantity of third-party kits coming out that are not, we say third-party, but
I was just gonna say, I feel like third-party,
it's a negative term, and it's more of like knockoffs. I feel like,
not necessarily like a negative term, but like it's just an outdated term for what we're talking about. I mean, like we've just kind of stuck with using that, but I don't think that's quite right.
Yeah, because there's now Chinese companies that are making model kits. So they're not like a third party. It's literally a legit company making their own kits, their own designs.
Third party, I'm thinking like they're making like the option sets, which we do have like some of that stuff too, like the option sets for your Gunpla, or they have their kits where it's like based off of a like Bandai MG frame, but a totally new design kit. But they're not even that anymore. They're completely original. So but just the amount of, there's a pretty good amount of companies now coming out making their own stuff, which a lot of it's really cool. So that's probably my biggest. A lot of wild designs.
That's probably my biggest surprise, probably in the last like 2 years, honestly. But I think it's really picked up this year. I feel like every other week there's a new
something, right? Coming out, and they are actually. That's the nice thing too, is that they are actually getting like coming out like, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, when you would see the designs, it was always kind of a toss-up. Is it actually even going to come out? Is it going to get delayed forever, or is it going to get canceled? You don't really know. But this, they're coming out regularly, like Bandai or Kotobuki kits or whatever else. They announce it comes out when it's supposed to. It's like pretty regular now. So aside from third parties, I don't know what would be a good term for that. I don't know. I don't want to say like Chinese companies. That also just kind of,
they're just Asian companies that are they're, I don't know if Chinese would be a bad thing. They're literally
it's not necessarily like a negative connotation by any means. But it just kind of sounds so generalized.
Right. There are companies that are making model kits that are.
There you go. Yeah. That are not Japanese or that are not large.
Yeah, smaller.
Maybe you just
companies.
want to maybe like a independent. So they're not exactly. I don't know if that's not
Some of
exactly
them are
right
getting
either.
pretty big. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll work on that. We'll demo test some different
Original IP companies.
Yeah.
Chris says.
We'll get some focus groups in here and try out some different names.
See what works.
Maybe I'll do like a YouTube poll and vote. What do you think would be a good title for these? What are the chances we get Gunpla recycling bins for Ecopla? I think what would be cool is like at different events, like where Bandai's at, like New York Comic Con or something like that. Especially, I don't think that they always do this, but sometimes they have like a building area, like with tables and stuff where people can sit down and build, especially if they have that, if they have like a bin there, like throw your used runners in here just for recycling. I mean, because just for the optics of it at the very least.
I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do now. Do you just keep your runners in the box and leave?
They probably just have a trash bin there.
Yeah.
I would assume. Yeah, people just take it with them, or they just find a trash can or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, if any of you guys have ever been to an event like that, like an official Bandai event, let us know if you remember what they did with that. But I mean, yeah, we've talked about this before. The difficulty with recycling is just the logistics of it. Depending on where you live, some places do recycle that PS plastic, some places don't. Like they'd have to come and get it.
If you're in a major city, they should be able to.
And there's no way to get it actually to Bandai.
Yeah, it's not going to Bandai. If
they're
that's
not going to ship a bunch of PS runners like overseas.
Yeah, but
for that.
Most major cities, they should have the ability to recycle that stuff. Smaller cities and towns, I highly doubt it.
It'd be cool that if at least where they have Gundam bases, so in Japan, Korea, and I think in like Hong Kong, if they had like big bins there at the Gundam bases there, so like you could bring it in and then I don't know, you get like 5% off or something like that. Yeah. Is what it would be, but would be kind of cool. But again, I mean that just takes up space in the store, which that's Bandai would have to weigh out how much that's really worth it. But I think it would be at least something good for the optics again. I think it would be good, right? David's got a really long one here, but I'm gonna try to read this. What special feature gimmick would you like to see become standardized in all releases? For example, such as the adjustable monoline opening cockpit, stuff like that. I would like to see a standardized hip torso adjustment mechanism that has the lock unlock feature. So like we've seen in like stuff like the RG Sazabi, I think had something like that, etc. Anything you can think of?
The cockpit thing's always cool. It'd be really hard for like you say all scale,
like an RG.
Yeah,
which I guess.
I mean, they have something in did the Strike have a cockpit? Or am I think
some of them do.
Yeah.
They don't have they usually don't have like a pilot figure in them though. I like that. That's kind of like a master grade thing. That's like one of the features, like key features of master grades. I mean, I like that.
You get the cockpit. I'm trying to think of something that he really didn't talk about there, like gimmicks and stuff. I do like when the hip joint, I don't know if it's a hip joint or like the thigh joint, you can actually extend it. I think more of the hip joint, right? Where it can kind of pop it out and it becomes more articulate. You can actually pose it and better.
Where like it extends down.
Yeah, extends down so you can actually make the leg pose in different ways.
Like the hip joint is like it's like a kind of C shape sort of, or like the whole hip joint itself like swings forward down into the front a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
There's those.
Okay. I'm thinking
some of the
extension. What kits have that?
Like the RG Ava kits.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Then.
Well, that's also kind of similar. The RG Ava hip joint's very weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of helpful, but
that I think would be good because then you can actually put the legs in most kits then in more dynamic posing, which I like.
You might be thinking of the G40. The HG G40 Gundam had a really weird hip.
I never built that.
Yeah, it's pretty funky. Yeah. Some of them had that, but unlike the forearm, some of them have that so that the forearm armor will like slide down on the joint. So when you do like a bend in the elbow, it can get a further bend in the elbow. Like that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, stuff like that. But what like those kind of gimmicks where the armor moves in order to like accommodate for the articulation is nice. But yeah, then you have some like really extreme examples like the G40 where it does that like to the extreme and it looks weird.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have to have like a good balance, but that is something that's kind of cool, especially in like HG kits, because that's generally where you would have those kind of limitations more so than in MGs.
Yeah.
When building kits, what helps you get through the burnout when it comes around?
I haven't experienced burnout in a long time, and that's because
especially like what in the middle of building a kit.
Yeah, well, it's because I don't have that much time to work on
built
kits. Right.
Yeah.
So when I do have time, I don't really get burnt out. I'm happy to be doing it. Even if I have to, I mean, I'll have to stop in the middle of kits and stuff like that to handle the kids or doing stuff with the family or doing work stuff. So I mean, that's probably a better question for you.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, especially when it's like in the middle of building a kit, it would normally be probably towards the end once you get to the weapons. Like the main body is done, and you have the weapons, and especially if it's one that has a lot of weapons,
right?
You're kind of already getting a little tired of the build. So like sometimes what I'll do is if I know that it's a kit that has a ton of weapons or just like very parts heavy weapon sections, I'll build that first because I know I'm gonna get tired of.
Yeah.
So I'll build that first, and then it's kind of easier to get through the rest of the body after that. Yeah. So try that.
Because I have gotten to where I'm like, I'm not going to use that weapon. I'm not going to build it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So especially on something like the Full Armor Unicorn or something like that, the Psycho Zaku ones that have just tons of weapons, break it up a little bit. Let's see. What's the best in terms of looks and quality for a third-party company model kits? We talked a little bit about these kits, but I mean, is there any? A lot of them I haven't built. And you obviously haven't either. So, like the Judge is really good. I know that was one that I built, and that looks good, and it's really good quality.
There's a company that made there's 3 different kits that they've come out with so far, and they're in the process of like the next one. Was it the Ruling?
Yes.
In Era.
In Era, yeah.
So their kits look nice when they're done. I've seen all those built. I think we have 2 in the storefront because Josh built the last one that came out, whatever, because it was a damaged box. Did you build the Ruling? Maybe it's the Ruling he built then.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I didn't build that one, so if it's down in the storefront, then yeah, it must have been Josh.
Josh, yeah. So those kits, In Era makes some pretty good kits.
What I haven't heard, I mean, there's, like I said, there's a lot that I haven't built, but I haven't heard from people that any of them were bad.
Right.
I haven't heard anything negative about any of the kits, so that should tell you something. I mean, like if there was a kit that did have like a lot of like fitting issues or things like that, I feel like I would have heard about it just from different people around online, but I haven't. So I think overall the quality, I think, especially in the recent ones, has been quite good.
Yeah, because I remember a long time ago what Dragon Momoko, they would have missing parts all the time.
Yeah,
and then the instructions were not correct. You'd be looking for the wrong part. Yeah, which they have. I mean, so these new companies have come a real long way of making sure they're putting out quality products. So.
Definitely. Yeah. What's your favorite version of the Impulse Gundam? Here you go.
I like the Sword Impulse personally. Yeah,
orange.
Reddish orangish, whatever it is. I don't like the color scheme. I just like the swords. I like the beam boomerangs. Those are pretty cool. I'm more of a fan of the Blast Impulse coloration, but I like this Sword Impulse because I like the Sword Calamity too. But I do like
an idea for a custom build for you. A color scheme of the Blast Impulse on the Sword Impulse. I think that would be quite cool. That green color scheme is kind of nice. On the sword would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We had another question here. It's like the exact same question from somebody else. It's very slightly different. Here it's just kind of a little sus, but I think it just sort of worked out that way. 2 people asked basically
it might
the same
be because
question.
of the giveaway being an impulse.
Well, of course. Any hope of a P Bandai making a RG Blast Impulse?
They did, didn't they?
They made a RG Sword Impulse. I think not the
Blast.
I don't think not yet. So since they made the sword, I would guess they would make the Blast.
Was the high grade Blast Impulse a P Bandai?
I think you're right.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I know they made other one other than Master Grade.
I think it was
that
grade, but no, I can't remember. Chris also said Orange Cat makes good kits with fun process.
Yes, Orange Cat does. They're a very good company as well.
Let's see. Another kind of thing about third parties, but this is another feature of them. Joey's asking, what are your opinions on the third party metal inner frame kits? So he's talking about the like for the RG so the parts where it's like metal parts to replace inner frame parts on your Bandai kits. Yeah.
The only one I've ever tinkered with was the Barbados one.
Yeah, same.
And it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
One nice thing about it, I mean, is it adds weight to it. So especially if you don't have it up on an action base, you just like want to have it in like a nice ground plus. I mean, that's something you see people do sometimes, especially in like a lot of the old 80s kits, because they're so hollow, and just to get it to like stand properly when they're doing their customization, they'll add like fishing weights and stuff into the feet. So I mean, the added weight can be good just for posing. Ultimately, like for me, I could see the appeal if you're not painting, because it has that nice metal finish on the metal parts, obviously. But I mean, if you are painting, that's something that you could just paint yourself. So for me personally, it doesn't necessarily have a lot of appeal, but I can understand why they're cool sets for people, and it's just something interesting, I think. So I'm glad that they're out there for people who are interested in it, right?
Yeah. Better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it.
Yeah. Basically, yes. Essentially, I agree, but it's a little bit weird application of that.
It is for that.
Is there anything you wish Bandai had made but they haven't made yet? I mean, of course, plenty of things. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. A master grade or an RE100 Rosenzuda.
Perfect grade, Sinanju Stein.
A lot of things. All right, what is Bandai's take on making more add-ons for various existing and or newer kits pending to be released? I mean, like,
usually the add-on stuff's P Bandai.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what it is. I mean, if you're talking more of just like they have those Robot Damashi version anime weapon add-on sets, which are really cool. Like, it'd be nice if they made something like that, like especially for like the Origins mobile suits. They made like a set of just different weapons and effect parts stuff kind of packaged. But they had those Kyokai Senki weapon sets too. I mean, they have those.
The mission has tons of accessories. So if they did that like they did with the Robot Damashi stuff, it would be really cool, I think.
Stuff like that. Yeah, it'd be like to see more, especially in 1/100 scale, because there's a fair amount of stuff. All the 30 minutes missions, Kyokai Senki is all 1/44 size. But yeah, more stuff in 100 scale would be nice. I mean, would love an affordable hanger kit from Bandai, right? Mega House and the chain based sets feel so cost prohibitive. Yeah, that would be nice to see some more.
Mega House is Bandai, but
yeah. Right, but expensive, very expensive. I understand what he's trying to say there.
Yeah, I don't think that will ever leave Mega House's wheelhouse.
Yeah,
that's.
I mean, you have the 30 minutes missions ones.
Yeah, and those will fit for 144 scale stuff. It'll easily fit that. But like when you're talking like the main ships and stuff like that,
they're not. The 30 minutes missions ones are nice. I understand they're not quite as nice as like the Mega House ones or the chain based ones. The problems with the chain based sets is that not only are they a bit more expensive, they also can be hard to find sometimes. They're just not produced, I feel like, as much as the demand is out there for them. What did you want to do before you found Gunpla as a career? Interesting question. What did you want to do before doing this? Yeah.
So I worked at Walgreens a long time. I actually was a store manager for them.
Yeah. What did you want?
What did I want to do? I don't know what I wanted to do.
Did you want to be like a Walgreens district manager or something? I mean, like, what was?
Well, I worked for Walgreens. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, was that what you were wanting to do? Like, you wanted to move up in that company, or was there something else? Like,
move up in that company. But I mean, it's not the point when you're in a company.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
what I wanted to do that I didn't do.
You did this instead, like being a trial attorney or something like that. I don't know.
I don't really have like a drive. I just got a job and then worked my way through. And then got another job, worked my way through. And then I wanted to do this, so I did it.
There you go. And now you're stuck.
Sure.
Is there anything else that you think you might want to do? Like, you're thinking like when you're ready to I don't know, either retire or whatever else in the future, you're thinking like, oh, when you're 60, well, I guess you probably just want to retire, I guess. But like, for example, I've always thought it'd be fun to like get into paleontology, like in my later life when I don't have to worry about like kids' college ahead of me.
But would that be a hobby, or do you think you could make a living?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I think most like scientists would tell you that. I mean,
grants from the government.
Yeah, it's not an easy way to make a living, but you're in it because you're passionate about it, right? So I mean, like, it would be that kind of thing where, like I said, my kids are already adults and everything, and you know, it's sort of like a hobby job, a jobby.
Yeah. I've actually thought about that. Like, let's just pretend like I sold this to someone else, so I'm not part of it anymore. I don't know. That would be hard. I'm sure I would do something else.
A hospital CEO?
No. No, I'd start something else from scratch probably, and you know, I don't think I ever
want to be a business owner again.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever want to work for someone else again.
That would be a big change, like to go from owning a business to then working for someone again, unless it was like a pretty good gig, right?
Yeah, I just don't know if I could do that. Sorry, we're getting deep here.
Like, since you were talking about it earlier, like if Mark Cuban called you up, it's like,
oh yeah,
I heard about your company. You did great on this. I want you to come run this for me.
Yeah, I'd probably do that, but then I'd have him yelling at me all the time. So, yeah, is it worth it? Because then you too comes down to work-life balance. Yeah. Start your own company's kids, because or have a boss that is very nice to you and understands work-life balance.
Yeah,
which is not me, because I make Zach work nonstop.
You see these bags under my eyes? No, I actually worked aside from just like working during the day, like in Korea, I worked at night more. I'm just not able to as much anymore. Like, still now I'll work like maybe 2 nights a week here, where like from like 9 to 12 or 1, something like that. Like once the kids okay. Like once the kids go to sleep, like working on just building kits or whatever. But yeah, in Korea it was like 3 or 4 nights a week probably, and that's like from like 9 to like 3 a.m. like 2 or 3. Like, it was a lot. So yeah, it was easier to keep up with stuff there because I was working a lot at night. But I don't know what it is. I just can't. I mean, like, it's not like I'm getting older, so I can't stay up at night. I'm talking like 1.5 years ago. I was doing that, like staying up to like 2 or 3, 4 or 5 nights a week. But now it's just like I can't do it.
Me and my wife, we stayed up to like midnight Saturday night. And
you don't know how?
No,
I don't know how you made it.
No, we're going to bed at 8. We're old now. Falling asleep by 9.
Yeah. So I don't know. Don't know what it is. Something about Florida, maybe. Zeta or Wing Gundam? Brian wants to know.
Wing.
That's a tough call. I've seen Zeta, but I've just watched it once, and it was a long time ago. Wing, I've seen a couple of times. It doesn't hold up, that much for me. So I have kind of got the nostalgia, but at the same time, it's not that good. I don't know. Zeta, I also don't remember loving.
No,
it was good, but I mean, I don't know.
My gosh, Ron's in the chat.
What does he want to know?
Thumbs up for the USA Gun employees. Shout out.
Shout out who?
USA Gun employees. Yeah.
I'll shout out D and Adriel.
D and Adriel.
That's it. That is our
people getting shout outs. They're good. I mean, everyone should get a shout out. So.
All right, I'll shout out.
There's probably someone here that no one even knows.
What? What do you mean? Like,
no one here knows? A lot of work.
No one there knows?
Well, yeah, it does a lot of work, because there's probably a lot of people that no one knows. But like Matt does a lot of work behind the scenes that no one knows.
Shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Matt.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Mondays, love them or hate them?
I love them.
Finally get away from that family. Jeez.
No, Mondays are usually. I mean, no, not that, but I get a lot done Mondays, because there's a lot that I thought of over the weekend that I wanted to do and get done, and
you're kind of over the course of the week, you kind of get a little bit more of that kind of haze Right.
Get recharged, over the weekend. So Monday you're ripping ready to go.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I definitely don't hate Mondays at all. Like, yeah, I'm all for Mondays. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. Do you think we'll get the MG Witch from Mercury kits?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
I don't know when, but yeah.
Hopefully, maybe sometime like around a year from now. I think probably like towards the end of next year is probably when we'll have like a MG aerial to look forward to or something like that. I don't know. Or they could start with something. I mean, we always kind of assumed that it'd be an MG aerial, but who knows? Maybe it'll be like an MG Caliban is what will be the first thing to come out. Who knows? We still only have one MG IBO kit after all these years.
Yeah, I would assume. Like, I think every time we talk about it, we're like, oh, there's gotta
yeah. So who knows?
Because those.
Do you feel that Bandai will need to worry about contending with 3D printing as an alternative to buying plastic kits as it becomes more accessible to consumers?
I don't think they will contend with them. I think the more prevalent 3D printers get and the better they get, you would just end up buying files from Bandai, and they'd probably be like a one-time use type file. There has to be, there'll be laws, I'm sure, put into place, or no, maybe not laws, but technology put in place to where you can't just keep sharing files with everyone. But I'm assuming that's where.
You think Bandai will put out 3D printing files?
Why not?
I don't know.
50,
I can't see that
60
happening.
years from now? 50,
yeah,
60
like
years from now?
Yeah, we're talking like way in the distant future, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Or like
not anytime soon, but
having a 3D printer is like having a microwave in your house.
Right.
Like got one.
Yeah. That's basically probably what would happen is you would. That's what they would have to do to be. You'd have tons of other model companies that I would assume you buy the file and it prints it for you, and then, or you don't own the file, you own the printer, and they send it to the printer for you to print. That way, you never even have the file. Is probably how that would work.
Something like that, or it's like a serial code or something.
Yeah, so it's a one-time use file. Boom, come back in 2 minutes and it's done.
Hey, yeah, who knows?
And it'll print in every color perfectly. So we're talking 50 years from now. The new super semiconductor stuff they just found.
No.
See that?
No.
Yeah. It's gonna change the world, man. We're flying trains.
Yeah. Well, okay. Anyway, never mind. No, it's not. Anyway, Danielle said, "What's your favorite brand of water-based paint?"
I would say Tamiya.
Yeah, I don't use it, but I mean, I know, Tamiya's pretty solid. Yeah, I would guess that's a pretty good bet. Yeah.
I have not used that probably in 8 years or so. Because now it's literally just all lacquer for me. But Tamiya always did a fine job for me. I don't really know any other water-based.
Vallejo.
Oh yeah, Vallejo. Yeah. I've never used Vallejo.
AK makes
AK
some.
does, yeah.
And what's the other one?
The Citadel. Citadel is
Citadel, yeah.
based.
I feel like there's another one. What's the opposite of Vallejo? The other big Spanish company. I feel like it's right there. I can't remember. MIG.
MIG would be opposite.
Ammo
MIG, yeah. They're both basically the same company, I feel like.
All right. What's your favorite part about running a store like yours?
Dealing with the customers. Deal with the happy customers now. All customers,
Naturally.
honestly. Yeah, like it's cool when like we go to conventions or when people come in here in the store and they've ordered from us for years, but they've never come here, and then to meet them is always cool, and then talk to them. It's probably my favorite part is talking and meeting people. When we have build days, that's probably my funnest time is build days.
Sure.
Just because you get to meet everybody and everyone's doing the same stuff and everyone's talking to each other about different things about with the hobby is probably my favorite part.
Yeah.
Mission models, they're acrylic based.
Omari asked if Bandai were to add a G-Reco line to HGUC line, then what revives and unreleased MS would you like to see? Oh, okay, so like adding Reconquista and G kits to like the mainline kind of HGUC, kind of like how they have like G Gundam and Seed stuff in like kind of the HGUC line, even though it's not UC,
Yeah, but
Right.
don't.
G-Reco stuff though to be added in there rather than G-Reco being its own separate thing, like the age kits and like HG. Well, let's see, the HG Seed was something. Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know a lot of the G-Reco stuff other than the G Self, and then there's one that starts on L. Lucifer one.
Lombardi.
No,
G Lucifer.
Yeah, G Lucifer is there. Yeah.
Yeah. As far as like unreleased MS, yeah, I wouldn't know.
No idea.
I'm not familiar enough with them. I'm sure there's like some cool variants of like stuff that we got. But those were some really cool designs, and the kits were just not that good, not that nice. They're difficult kits to work with. I feel like if you really wanted to make them good. So it'd be definitely cool to see some revives of some of those.
They haven't reprinted those kits in a long time.
Yeah, or at the very least, just some reprints. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that would be interesting to see what they would do with that. Do you miss the Testers Model Masters line as much as the rest of us do?
No,
not really,
because I didn't use it.
Yeah,
sorry.
Sorry.
That's why they probably aren't around anymore.
They'd be like enamel paints, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the
most of
Tamiya
them are
enamels
enamel.
really
They
good.
had, I think they had acrylic stuff.
I would
but a lot of their stuff was enamel. Yeah.
SoCal Autoglass. Oh, he won before. I remember that name.
Yeah.
SoCal Autoglass.
Too, yeah.
He said, "Can you do more Zoid and third-party kit reviews, please?"
Yeah, Zach.
I guess that's for me. Well, I don't have any Zoids reviews, or kind of maybe third-party stuff. No Zoids coming up. I do have some older Kotobukiya Armor Core kits. Just a friend of the channel sent me a couple of older Koto Armor Core kits out there to review, so I will have those coming up.
So it would be nice because then you can make videos so we can post them.
Zoids kits.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. I can. Zoids kits. Yeah. There's a lot of cool ones.
What old Armored Core? Oh, the old. All right, never mind. Yep.
Armor Core.
Yeah, I was thinking of Metal Gear for some reason. I'm like, what old Metal Gear?
Armor Core,
yeah,
like
Armor
that new
game's not out yet, but people are playing it, so I don't know if they're getting it on.
I'd imagine it's coming out in like 2 weeks or something. Yeah, it's like the end of this month. So
I was watching gameplay. It looks
it's probably some
very cool.
Like big content creators probably got early access or something, right?
Yeah, I'm a little jealous.
Do you play? Or do any of you play Gundam Battle Operation 2?
No.
That's the old like PS1 game, isn't it? Is he talking about Battle Operation?
Is that the one that's ending?
No, that's
yeah, Battle Operation.
No. That's not the one that's ending.
No.
That was the I don't know, I can't even think of it. This happened last time. Remember I said I couldn't remember what game it was like, and somebody had to tell me in the chat. But yeah, there's no, it's not that. Battle Operation 2, I don't think is the one it's ending.
Gundam Breakers is ending, that's right.
There's that, and then another one. Gundam Evo, yeah, is the other one.
Man, everything.
Gundam Breakers is the mobile game.
Right.
That's ending. And then Gundam Evolution is the like PC, and I think it's on like other platforms and stuff too.
Man.
But Battle Operation 2 is that one's still going as far as I know. And yeah, it's
a third-person shooter. Okay.
So it's like third person, you can like run around and you can hop into the mobile suits kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've seen like some video of it, but no, I don't play
Man, Gundam Evolution. Man, everything's ending.
Yep. Making some big changes there in the Gundam games.
Yeah.
I still just only play Genshin, but I did also recently start playing Nikke.
Arknights?
No.
Arknights is life.
Nope. Nikke which has been very addicting.
I don't know what that is.
Unfortunately, yeah. Show you later. All right. And do you think they should release a kit for the Windmill Gundam? Speaking of 3D printed, there is a 3D printed kit that you can get of the Windmill Gundam.
Oh, yep. I remember seeing that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What gimmicks? Let's see. What gimmicks have you? What's a gimmick you haven't seen in a while to make a comeback? All right. Whew.
You know what they haven't put is LEDs. master grades.
As just like a
Right, the
single
little
LED,
circle. Yeah, they haven't put that in
like in
master
like the
forever.
MG Garadoga or whatever.
Yeah.
Like had that. Some of those.
The Garadoga might have been the last. Does the Dom have it? I don't think so, because it would have been purple, and they didn't release a purple light, did they?
No, the MG 1.5 Dom, no, definitely did not.
Was the Garadoga the last one that had it?
No, the F91 2.0 had, but that had like the 2 LED set.
Yeah, it was not that little circle. That
it wasn't just
in.
a single one.
Yeah,
it probably. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Because it used the Millennium Falcon one, right? That too. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Huh.
John asked, "What happened? Is it the same as Zach mentioned on his channel? He's talking about like what happened with the reschedule of this. No, what happened was just usually the day before I have to make the post so that you guys can comment with your questions for us to answer, and I forgot to do that, so that was why we had to postpone. What happened with me was that first of all, yeah. So this is what happened. What got messed up is because on Thursday I was supposed to make the post for us for the live stream on Friday, but I didn't do that. And then Friday, after our live stream, I was supposed to go drop off some information to a tax guy. Remember you picked me up over there before? Because our plan changed and we didn't do the live stream, I forgot to take that stuff to the tax guy. And then in the afternoon, my micro SD card that I use, I have two, fortunately, but one of them just stopped working entirely. So I had to spend like an hour and a half like trying to figure out if I could find a way to get the files off this micro SD card. So yeah, Friday was just, everything was going wrong. But I did get the files off the micro SD card, fortunately. But I do still have to go visit the tax guy.
What's interesting is like that's a rough day for you. It's interesting how rough days for different people are different. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, it was all very minor inconveniences, but it was just like
it's still a rough day.
It's just kind of one thing stacks on top of another, and it's just kind of it gets to be very annoying
because like your job literally has to deal with SD cards and all that stuff, and I don't have to do anything with that. So yeah, it's interesting.
No, I mean, yeah, that's it was. I say rough as in like they were minor inconveniences and annoyances, but yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. Give your social media guy a stern talking to. Yeah, I know, Chris. Sorry, just dropping the ball.
We actually don't really have a social media guy because it's like me, you.
We just kind of both kind of do it, and then Matt
D answers most of the social media stuff. Most of the social media stuff now goes into the ticketing system. So if someone sends us a message, it'll go into for them to answer an email, and the email then posts it back to the social media, which is interesting.
Hopefully. So if you guys get a reply on any of the social media, it's either from Adam or D.
Yeah, usually. Adriel too.
What do you guys think the next series that Bandai revives through their model kits? Batman, Dogram, Elgame, Super Robot Wars, Mashin Wataru. I don't even know what that is.
No, neither.
That sounds familiar, actually.
Mashin Wataru.
Were awesome and unexpected additions. So I guess that's something that they already did. Another one was Full Metal Panic. Was one that they did. Not that recently, but
no, yeah. It'd be cool if they revived the Pacific Rim stuff.
Yeah, make some more Pacific Rim kits.
Yeah,
it'd be kind of cool.
Tons of different
Jaegers.
Yeah.
What would be another one?
Was it the Wing Gundam statue? Was that what was in there? The last movie from Pacific Rim?
Oh yeah, I think
was it RX-78, or was it? No, it was a unicorn.
Was it? Maybe you're right.
I think it was a unicorn.
Maybe it was that it showed like there in Japan, right?
Yeah, when they're fighting the
right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Aside from that, because they kind of have covered a lot of like the big ones. Dogram, what Dogram stuff did Bandai do? Dogram has been getting some love recently from Climax, from Max Factory, but not Bandai. They have been doing the new Votom skits. Well, they have the new Votom skit coming out anyway. So there's that. But otherwise, I'm not sure. It'd be cool if Bandai were to take on doing a Gunbuster kit, but there's like already Aoshima, and then is it Max Factory? I know Artpla is also coming with a Gunbuster like statue kit. So there's a few different Gunbuster things coming out, but it'd be cool to see Bandai's take on that, I guess. With the new warehouse office space eventually coming, would you consider in-house 3D printing or just 3D printing for yourself, Zach? For me, in-house 3D printing.
I'm not doing that.
What about 50, 60 years in the future?
Yeah, we won't be in business. Well, maybe I've sold the business then, because I'll be dead in 60, 50 years probably. 50 years, I'll be 86. I'm not going to be doing this anymore.
Who knows?
I'll be playing shuffleboard with all the other older people, me and you out there. Shuffleboarding it up.
By that time, the villages will have expanded out to here. This will all be part of the villages.
Yeah. Who knows, man? Maybe like 2 or 3 years from now, there'll be some medical advancement to where no one ages anymore.
Who knows? But like 3D printing, I mean, like, because like we got like our own sticker machine. I understand what you're saying. Like to start doing our own,
we don't
do making our own stickers in house.
Oh, excuse me. We don't do that much. We don't. Maybe we get the the Chinese, like our brand 3D printed
parts, stuff. We started carrying like the Project V hobby stuff. So I mean, like if we were able to just like buy those files from him and like just like mass produce them quicker than he doesn't have to produce them and send them to us, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. If 3D printing becomes that much more convenient and like cost effective to be able to like mass produce. But for personal taste on mecha design, do you prefer something that is more grounded in reality or more towards anything as long as it looks cool?
As long as it looks cool. I mean, I like there though to be some sort of explanation for why things work.
It's not just like magical.
Right. Like that's why I like UC a lot, because it literally explains most of it.
Well, and like Seed, you're a big fan of Seed, so I feel like in Seed, like there's some like kind of explanation about like
why the technology's working,
like how the Gundams work, like the engine or the drive or whatever, and them having like nuclear power, right? In Gundam Seed, something like that. Where even though it's fantastical, it's like has an explanation in universe.
Fusion reactors,
right? Something like that. Let's see. I've got 2 questions I wanted to ask. Let's see. What's your guys' preference on airbrush paint to use? Lacquer, acrylic, etc. Lacquer.
Lacquer for sure. And then Mr. Hobby's probably the more well-known lacquer brand. SMS is really solid lacquer-based paint. Gaia Notes. We carry a company called Student 7 that's really good as well. So
And the second part of it's the second question, but second kind of related one. And what thinner ratios do you use? Do you each prefer? I mean,
I usually go
whatever's necessary.
It's, probably 2 to 1 is usually what I do. I might do half and half. It just depends. SMS, you don't even have to. It's already pre-thinned. What do? You just feel it out?
I feel like I mean, I just eyeball it, so I never actually measure anything, but I feel like it's usually about 1 to 1.
That's half.
For most like for Mr. Color paints, I feel like it's usually about 1 to 1's usually pretty good. And then the thing to remember though is that once you start painting, you don't immediately start spraying on your part. I mean, test it on something first and make sure if it's a little too thin, add some more paint. If it's not coming out good, add some more thinner. So you can like make some adjustments is kind of the main thing. But another good thing to use aside from thinner is also Mr. Retarder. Is also good if depending on what you're going for, but it basically just makes the paint dry a little bit slower. I mean, it's still like dry to the touch within like 2 minutes.
But it's just like buying Mr. Leveling Thinner.
So I'll use leveling thinner and retarder.
Oh, really?
So and that will ideally get you like the smoothest finish because it gives the paint kind of the most time that it's going to get to dry, which again is still like a minute, but just add a couple of drops of that. It's usually like 5-6 7 drops maybe that you add depending on how much paint you're using in the cup. But do you usually focus on one build until it's finished, or do you build multiple models simultaneously?
So I used to concentrate on just one. Now I've got multiple projects.
Well, now it's 0.
No, they're all still there.
They're technically still in progress.
They cry every time I walk by them in the garage. But yeah, I think I've got 3 different things going right now, and I'll, take my time and work on different ones. I think that kind of helps with burning out too, because you're working on different things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like anytime I ever get a question about burnout, it's one thing I always talk about is have multiple options for you. So like if you are feeling like not working on this particular kit or whatever, you can work on something else and come back to it. The problem is that sometimes then you avoid working on a kit for a long time. Yeah. And it just kind of sits there and never gets finished. So I mean, that can happen, but for me, I've always got multiple things going on. Definitely. I wish that I could just like focus on one build until it's done and then start the next one, but I just kind of can't do that. Geek Eric asks, is it possible that the new warehouse will be equipped with a super deluxe build area for Zach, complete with the professional quality paint booth?
Yeah.
I'll have my own office, kind of like how I do now.
Bigger. Excuse me. It should be the size of that one in there.
So it'll be a little bit larger. It won't have the low ceiling.
Yeah, we won't try to knock Zach out. Yeah.
And it'll have, hopefully a kind of easier setup for a spray booth. We'll sort it out. But the thing is, we got to get the warehouse first.
Yeah. So
that's the trouble. We'll get the warehouse first, get all the inventory actually moved over first, and then I'll kind of sort my stuff out. Do you think Bandai will ever make more Gundam ship model kits? Like the white base of the Argma?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they get reprinted too. Because those are cool kits.
It'd be nice to see. I've never built one of those, but I know that they're kind of older, so it'd be nice to see them make like a newer one with like some new technology, just to kind of see how it might differ. I think obviously their technology is always getting better, so I'm sure it would be better than those kits.
Yeah, I built the Argama and I built the the one from Seed, Archangel. I built both of those.
Okay. Let's see, what could they make? I guess they could make like some of the ships like from IBO, which they did have like the little tiny SCD one, but they could make some of those. Anything from Mercury now, of course.
There's other ships too that they didn't make from Seed and from
the original series too.
Tons of the original series is different.
It'd be kind of cool. I don't think that they would make something maybe quite that big like the 1/35 scale core fighter they have in the card graph line, but something kind of like that, a little bit larger, of like some of the different aircraft from the original series. That could be kind of cool. The DOP, something like that, the one with like the big like grasshopper leg on it. I think that's what it is, or that's the other one. But yeah, some more stuff like that would be cool. What long delayed custom project are you most excited to someday get around to? Oh man,
like Yaradoga.
How much time you got, buddy? I could give you a very long list of those. No, there's a lot. One of them that immediately comes to mind though was that Shinanju bust. That built up that Shinanju bust, and I've been very much looking forward to getting that painting. So I was actually just thinking that this morning, like that I'm gonna start working on that again to get that painted up.
Nice.
So which suit from the G-Witch do you think deserves a full mechanics next? I think it's pretty fair to say that Calibarn has been very, very popular, so that would make a lot of sense. Yeah. But who knows, like I was saying earlier, maybe they'll save that as like the first MG from the line. Possibly. Who knows? Let's see. What do you guys think about the 30 minutes missions and sisters as a line?
I like it. I like 30-minute mission stuff. It's cool seeing all the custom stuff from 30-minute mission. There's so much you can do with it because of the way that they made the kits.
Right.
If you just go down the rabbit hole of Twitter, customized 30-minute mission kits, you'll see some really cool stuff. Yeah.
Did you say Twitch? Twitter?
Twitter. Did I say Twitch?
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. Twitter, the Twitterverse.
Yeah.
Which is X now, right? So the Xverse.
Yeah. Okay. What old mechanic do you hate to see in a new kit? Mine would be the ball joint connection into the socket for the waist and torso. Okay, I get what he means. Just the top and bottom half of the torso being connected via ball joint.
Polykit, no.
More so than that, the ball and socket joint for the hips is always
that was always bad.
Annoying because you're very limited with that. But sometimes they have that, and then they have like other mechanisms built in to kind of give you more articulation. But it's not something that. Well, okay. Here's one where the shoulder armor has the ball joint built onto the shoulder armor, so like you're plugging the shoulder armor into the body, into the polycap socket in the torso. That I feel like is always kind of limiting in the articulation. It's in like HG kits.
Because now what most master grade kits has the peg, and the peg then can swing.
Yeah, because the peg is then part of like a whole mechanism that turns this way and goes up and down and does everything else, right? But yeah, in HG kits, I mean, there's always going to be certain features. I know a lot of people don't like the C-clip connections that a lot of the Wish for Mercury kits have a lot of them in them. I don't mind it at all, but I know some people don't like it. Are you guys thinking of expanding your 3D prints catalog? We've had a lot of 3D printing questions.
I know, it's interesting. I mean, we get new parts for 3D print stuff monthly. And then I think most of our like membership box or model kit boxes includes some 3D parts in there. So yeah, I mean, we get new ones like every month.
We haven't gotten an announcement of a retail HGC this year, and with the Gundam Seed Freedom trailer, do you think we will see new HGCE kits this year? I don't know.
I think we will get. I would be surprised if stuff's not announced. Then for because we'll get first quarter announcements this year for next year. I bet you there'll probably be something then. I'd be surprised if there wasn't anything then.
Yeah,
because the movie comes out January.
I don't remember, but it'll probably be just like the HGC Revived Freedom in like a alternate color. It's like a very slightly different color version or something. Who knows? But yeah, like he mentioned the HGCE Buster, that would be super cool. I mean, like think about the Master Grade lines. They had the Strike and the Freedom and the Strike Freedom out, and then it was years before they made the Aegis, the Buster, the Blitz, the Duel.
Well, they're reprinting a ton of HGCE kits.
They run the last newer ones.
So that's what makes me think that the next round might have stuff from the movie.
Something new. Or something new. Actually, HGUC would be cool too. I've actually asked this on Instagram, but you, Zach, haven't answered. Oh, sorry. Oh, wow, so he's going to ask you. Jeez, sorry, I'm slipping. If you're an ace at Xeon, what would your color scheme for Zaku 2? Oh, yeah, he did answer. He asked me, and I answered. I said that it was really hard to answer. And that was my answer. I didn't give him an exact answer because I couldn't think of one. I just said that. I don't know. For your Zaku 2?
Green and yellow.
Green and yellow.
Or green and orange.
Why green and orange?
I don't know. You know why? This is going to sound so stupid and so far out
Florida Gators colors?
No.
Isn't green
and orange? That's blue. Green,
orange, and
green
blue.
And orange. So green and orange. So when I played Madden like 2000, told you this answer is going to be stupid. You could make your own teams, and I made the Demons, and their color scheme was green and orange, and I always liked it since then. But that's Miami colors. I think it would be green and orange for the most part. Miami Dolphins, or not Dolphins, Hurricanes. Yep, Miami Hurricanes College.
All right. It's the Florida Gators. It's not
blue
green
and orange is Florida Gator. My wife went to.
All right.
Blue. That's how you know Zach is not from Florida. Because he doesn't know the Florida Gators colors. Do you know Seminoles colors?
No. I also don't follow sports, so it's like I'm not from Florida and just generally don't follow sports. So, yeah. No,
I'm sorry to anyone that's on here that's from Florida.
Yeah. Let's see. For my colors, though, I mean, okay, if he really wants an answer, let's see.
You have to give him an answer.
Man. Well, there's the color scheme, which is the color scheme that works on everything, which is like
blue, white.
No, like beige, tan with white and orange accents. So like think like the General Rebels, like Rezel colors.
So that be your what are your 2 favorite colors?
I'm not 6, so I don't have favorite colors. First of all, is the
you
problem.
Don't have a favorite color?
I don't have a favorite color.
You don't have a favorite color?
No.
What?
I don't have.
You don't have a color right now that you're like, I like that color more than other colors.
I like all the colors.
No, listen, we're not going here.
It's gonna be a rainbow Zaku.
There it is.
It's each part is a different color. That'd be crazy. That's something I've never seen before.
Ford made a rainbow Raptor.
Really?
Yes.
It has like a rainbow.
Yeah, last year or something. Yeah, last year I think they came out with the rainbow.
I haven't seen any of those here in Florida.
I haven't seen any of those ever, so I don't know who bought them, but they are out there.
But it would be cool. It would be cool. I mean, just for the fact that it's something that I've never seen before, to have it where you like paint like an MG Zaku 2.0 or something, like in every armor piece is just a different color. Not to like make it rainbow, but just to make it completely weird.
You're still dodging the question.
That's what I'm gonna do. Now I'm just trying to think of like some of the other Ace units. So like I really like the they came out with the one P Bandai Shin Matsunaga Zaku that was different because the white was like kind of like a cream color and the blue was like kind of like a light blue, like that combination, and then like black. I think it had like a dark gray with it too. Like that combination was really cool. I really like that colors. But
I still can't get over it. You don't have a favorite color.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. That's the best you're gonna get. Some kind of orange or something. I don't know. Would be kind of cool, but especially when it's especially difficult for a Zaku 2, because like Zaku 2, it could be literally any color. I think it would look cool. It would be very difficult to have a color scheme on a Zaku 2 that looked bad, because it already exists in like every single color out there. There's like canon color schemes for everything. A while back, there was a mention of more USA Gundam Store kits to follow up the Apex kit. Any update on those?
No, actually, I should probably follow up with that. Yeah.
Now who's dropping the ball?
No, it's not me. It's people. I think that person got excited about doing their own stuff and then stopped worrying about, because they were working on something with somebody else in the last year. And then they were like, oh, and you can get it too. And then it kind of made me mad inside. I was like, I don't want that. Because you're not working on my stuff. So,
all right. What do you think the next PG kit will be or wish for? Like if I was a betting man, I would say the new Gundam, but
yeah, new or probably Sinanju too, maybe. Yeah.
That's what I would wish for, certainly, a Sinanju, but I find it very unlikely. Yeah, that even less unlikely, or even less likely.
Less likely.
Yeah, I mean, a Zaku 2, a new Zaku 2 would be cool. Speaking of Zakus.
Yeah, I bet that would be cool if they did it. Yeah, that's
Zaku 2. Probably would be like a Char's Zaku 2. I feel like if they're going like Unleashed, they want to make it like kind of a little bit more special than just like a grunt suit. So maybe Char's Zaku 2.
And then they do the regular one as P Bandai.
Right. What variable mobile suit do you still want to get made? Variant mobile suit.
Variant mobile suit.
Speaking of Zaku's again, there's a lot of Zaku variants.
I was thinking of the gyms. There's a lot of gyms that haven't been.
Like the Origin line, and especially the Mobile Suit Discovery, like the MSD line of Origin kits, has been great for a lot of like old MSV designs to be coming out as kits. So those would be like a lot of the ones that I would like to see in terms of just different variants. MSV stuff.
Yeah, I'd like them to make master grades of the variants that they have high grades for. That would be cool.
Yeah,
that weren't P Bandai. Even if they're P Bandai, if they just made it, it'd be great.
Speaking of the Shinanju Stein, there's artwork that, I mean, like there's like one official artwork of this that exists anywhere that I've ever seen, where it's like the Shinanju, where it's like red, but it doesn't have this. So it's like where it's kind of in between, where it's painted red, but it doesn't have the sleeves parts yet. So it still has like the kind of just like the chest part is still just kind of plain. It doesn't have like the ornamental design on it yet. It's really cool.
Did it still have the blocky, like the square look, or it still have the rounded look on the armors?
It's still rounded, I think.
So
I'd have to look back again, but yeah, it's really cool. Kind of in between the Shinanju and the Stein. That would be a cool variant. Yeah. It's like a master grade. It's so obscure though. I think like it would never happen, but it would be cool. What's a good general use primer for hand painting? Any suggestions? Depends on what you're hand painting, but just spray can is like Mr. Hobby spray can primers, pretty good.
I'm a big
for that
hand painter.
If you were,
I think I generally, I don't know.
Mr. Hobby.
Yeah.
Because if you're hand painting, you're probably not painting, like if you're airbrushing, you usually have like all the parts separated and you have like all your alligator clips with all your parts. You're probably not doing that. If you're hand painting, you probably have it either completely or at least mostly assembled into like maybe just a few sections.
Yeah.
And in that case, you know, just spraying with a spray can is going to be easier. You don't need to break out the airbrush just for spraying some primer on it, in which case that's why I say the spray can Mr. Hobby's good for that. That's what I would use. If you got to consult on the next Gundam anime, what sort of aesthetic would you shoot for?
Aesthetic meaning
next Gundam anime, or maybe let's say like the Gundam movie that's supposedly
the movie that's never come out.
Yeah, like the Netflix movie.
Didn't I read something like all the actors dropped out?
I don't know,
but I don't know if that's because of the strike or what. Or if
who knows?
Aesthetic meaning like design aesthetic.
Not for the Gundam itself, I think just for like the story? Anime. Yeah, like I don't know.
It'd be cool. It'd be like kind of what they did with Origins, where like things started getting created. So it's in that wheelhouse where there's not a lot. Yeah, it's not a lot of Gundams. They're just developing it, and then how it changes world political structures. Because you could have a small country develop it, and then they start just taking over other countries or something. The political aspect of that, I think, would be cool. Like I liked Origins.
So otherwise, like if you're just dropping the audience into a universe that already has all this stuff, then you kind of have to do a lot of probably exposition dumps to kind of explain everything and all that. But
it'd be cool if they started at the beginning. There was nothing, you're whatever trying to figure out how to create something, or there's
like
an idea.
Oppenheimer, but Gundam.
Yeah.
Have you seen that yet?
I haven't. I want to.
Yeah, same.
I'll have to see the Barbie movie instead of it. It's my wife. Well, I was with my wife.
Yeah, I think actually, speaking of that, I think you can probably go see it later this week.
Oppenheimer or Barbie?
Oppenheimer,
yeah.
Sorry. Apparently, if you have the Regal app, you can see movies on Tuesday for like $5. Let's go tomorrow.
Yeah. I have a lot to do tomorrow, actually. Thinking about it.
But yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. Also, being like a big Metal Gear fan, I mean, if the story was like a little bit kind of like Metal Gear-esque, like I feel like that's probably a little heavy for a lot of Gundam fans. Like, I don't know if that would have like the mass appeal, but I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting. Yeah. What's your guys' favorite MS design from The Witch from Mercury?
I like the Calibarn a lot. I do like the what was the other one? Yeah,
red one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still pretty high up there for me. What I'm actually going to work on this week, if not today or tomorrow, is a top 10 favorite HG kit designs for me. Was recommended to me on the live stream last week. I'm going to do that. But yeah, those are a couple of my favorites. I still really like the Lefrith, though, actually, going all the way back to the first one we had. I don't know if it's just because I have a sweet spot because it's the first one, but will we ever get a new different scale Federation or Xeon's forces ship? So we kind of talked about that earlier as far as the ships go. So move on here. Which variant of the Impulse is your favorite? We already also talked about that. What are the next MGEX or Unleashed kits you would like to see? We talked about Unleashed, MGEX.
MGEX, yeah.
I think the Exia would be
yeah, that'd be a cool one.
It's already got half the name in there.
Yeah, Exia would be cool.
Yeah.
Barbados would be cool.
The XS. Gundam.
Yeah, XS would be really cool.
What is the best in terms of quality and looks third-party company for kits? We also kind of talked a lot about that already. What's your favorite mobile suit from the Gundam Seed universe? You're a Seed fan. What's your favorite Seed mobile suit?
My favorite Seed mobile suit? I like the original Freedom a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I like the big cannons in the back. Strike Freedom's cool. I like the Buster a lot. If we're going grunt suits, the
Jins, the ZakuAurelius, it has a lot of great enemy grunt suits in that series. Yeah.
I like the Akatsuki. Is that how you pronounce it?
Akatsuki?
Yeah, Akatsuki. Yeah, the gold one's pretty cool. I don't like the Aegis. I think that's that one.
That's also been one of my least favorite main Gundam designs. Yeah.
Strike Nor's cool. The Veered Buster's cool. See what those the Veered
I do.
Buster
Yeah. I don't like them as much as the others, but yeah.
The Red Frame Astray, which has become a super popular mobile suit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if they made a series of that. Like the mangas are pretty good. Did you ever read the mangas for it? It's like a junker, like scrap.
I vaguely know the story of it, yeah. Just because there's been so many kit releases, right? But yeah.
There's a new blue Astray, right? That's coming. Is that Gundam based or is that P Bandai?
Oh, it's like it has the Destiny wings on it.
Yeah,
it's a Korean Gundam based exclusive. Okay. Yeah, so I really want to get one because it's for the celebration of the 20th anniversary of the Gundam base in Korea.
Nice. Yep. Yeah, so it's got a lot of cool. That'd be a cool series if they made that into a.
Yeah. Favorite Mecha Musume kit that you've built? Which ones, if any, have you built?
I have built the Asura Ninja. I built the Asura Archer. But they're the shadow versions, like the purple ones. Which I like the Ninja a lot. I do like the Ninja a lot. I built the
any of the frame arms girls?
The blue one.
Stylet?
Yeah, but the original one, not the 2.0 version. So Stylet and was it Inosita one?
Inosita?
Yeah, and I think that's
Innocentia.
Innocentia. I think that's it. No, I built crap.
Where are they?
At home.
Really?
In boxes in my garage.
I was gonna say they're certainly not on display. I know that.
No, they're in boxes in my garage. Next time you're over, we'll dust them off.
Okay.
What's that series that Kotobukiya works with too for their Mogami device?
Alice Gear Aegis?
Yeah, the first one they did of that. It was she had white armor.
The Wisdom Soldiers?
Sure.
There's you can build it like as two different versions. Either as like the
no. It wasn't that. It was just this. I don't know. I'll show you a picture.
All right. Fair enough.
Her name.
Favorite for me, favorite Mecha Musume kits. It's a lot. I still really like the Frame Arms Girl Griffin. It's one that always comes to mind. It's such a fun kit. But there's a lot of great Megami device kits as well. I feel like I just love the Kotobukiya kits so much. I think a fairer question for me would be like favorite non-Kotobukiya Mecha Musume kit, in which case would probably be like the Nuke Matrix kits. Probably my favorite. We're talking about not Kotobukiya.
Right. Like the really Falcon one of those or the bird.
That one was cool. Yeah. Yep. And the original Fox one I think was really fun. Do you guys think Bandai will release any new MG?
No. Never. They're done. That line's gone.
Yep. History. Not even going to reprint any of the old MGs. So if there's any out now, you need to go and order them. Check the link in the video description. How do you guys feel about the Thor model kit? It was very cool. It was quite interesting.
It looks cool.
It's huge too.
It's funny when Bandai was here, they looked at that.
That's what they're looking at.
That was that, yeah.
No, that was a very cool kit. That's a good example of one of a third party kit, for lack of a better term, that is super solid, really real well engineered. I talked about this in my review. Like the engineering on that kit was. I told you about it too. Yeah. It's had like a lot of crazy engineering on it, very complex, like on the inside, like everything moves on that kit. So it was pretty impressive. So kind of no wonder that this sold very well.
Yeah.
So we're already out of it, right?
I think
we got a lot in.
We have a few more up for pre-order. Yeah.
We have some more coming.
Yeah, but those are almost all gone too. So if you want one, get one.
Saku-chan, I think we'll maybe have one or two more here. Oh, it's just about time here.
Yeah.
Any tips on placing decals so it looks not overkill?
Sometimes fewer is better.
Sure.
It just depends on what you like. If you like less, then do less.
My kind of general rule of thumb is I usually don't do any more than 3 decals on one section of armor. So any more than that, I think would be too much for me personally. But I mean, again, it all just depends on what looks good to you. It also kind of would depend on the scale. Like on a PG kit or something like a mega size kit, you have a lot more space. The decals look a lot more realistic just in terms of the size. You could do more, but generally like 2 or 3 decals per section of armor is about the most that I want to do normally.
Yeah.
So just look at examples. I mean, just look at cool builds online and just kind of go off of that. Look at what builds that you like and kind of see how those are done. I feel like that's also kind of a pretty common number. Anyway, all right, giveaway time. Let's do this. Here, I'll let you hold that. And I'll put this up on the screen here for us. Here. Zoom in. We want out of 3. It's our platform, which is Instagram, where we had 112.
Jeez.
Much more than the others.
And
give me another one.
60.
Come on. 47. Kind of right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Fortunately, Instagram comments load in 10s, though, which is good when we need to load up more comments. So Chris, unfortunately, will not be winning this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, they load in 10. So load this, that'll give us 30. Load this, that'll give us 40. And then it was 47, right?
Yeah.
So we'll do one more time. And then so this is 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46.
And
47. Here we go. From Kinreeve.
Congratulations.
Claps. He said, if you could choose the next 3 RG kits, what would they be? Next 3 RG kits.
Death Scythe, Sandrock, Heavy Arms.
There you go. All right. That would certainly... I would never have to see another post of people posting that image of the wing kits saying, where are these? When are these ever going to come out?
That is exactly why I said that.
You'd never have to see another one of those posts, certainly.
Well, I'd be then complaining because
then they're going to want
Ultron didn't get made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to want the Endless Waltz variants, or that's what it would be, and then they want the TV variants.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So congrats. Send us an email to support@usagundamstore.com with you logged into your Instagram account and what address you want to send it to. And you are the proud owner of the P. Bandai Blast Impulse Master Grade.
Blast off. My 3?
Yeah, what are your 3? Snodgerstein?
No. Not Snodgerstein. Rosenzulu.
Let's go.
The Gira Zulu.
That's okay.
And the Z Zulu.
Mal Zulus.
What?
All Zulus.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's the law.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Anything else?
Yeah, thank you guys so much for your support. We appreciate it. Thank you for your patience as we get orders sent out to you guys.
Check the blog post for all the stuff that just came in this morning.
Yeah, check that. That's up now. An email will go out. If you order the Cali Barn, you guys, I would assume, get an email probably this week. I'm just waiting for Bandai to invoice us and tell us when it will arrive, and then that email will go out and let you guys know that when it will should arrive.
They're on the way.
Right. Other than that, yeah, check out blog posts too, because there's tons of really cool builds that we post up on there. If you guys want to post your builds, send us an email to support@usagumstore.com. They'll forward that to me, and then we can put that up too.
Yeah. Gonna get a lot of emails, I think.
That's good. I need more stuff.
Yep. Yeah. All right, guys. That's it for today. We'll let you know probably in the near future too about the contest. Other than that, if it's not before the next episode will be in 2 weeks from last Friday.
Yes.
So anyway, we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Zach.
Bye. I can't find the button on there.